The following is a presentation of PH Athletics. On this Friday afternoon, Senior Day for Pascack Hills baseball, taking on Dumont, a game that has implications, especially when it comes to state tournament seeding. Hills with a win today, coupled with a win tomorrow against Teaneck, and some good luck. They need West Milford to lose today against Caldwell, and tomorrow against Morristown. We'll see the Broncos jump into the 8th seed and score a home playoff game in the first round of this year's state tournament. First pitch from John Giantonio in just a moment here on PH Athletics. And so we're set from Montvale. Giantonio this year, one of the many seniors for Hills. In fact, the starting lineup for the Broncos, as usual, features 8 seniors and 1 freshman. From the mound this season, Giantonio with 21 strikeouts through 18.2 innings and a 5.63 ERA. He has a 1.875 whip number. First batter he faces, the Dumont second baseman Eric Orso. And Orso gets one through. Cho sliding and fumbles it at the edge of the outfield. And so Orso on off of an error to begin this Senior Day game. Thanks for joining us. I'm Matt Merlino. Orso with an on-base percentage of .478. He'll add to that with that performance. Now the shortstop, James Cetera, a junior with the most hits of any Husky this season, 25 for 66, and the best on-base percentage, .512. Coach Evans walking out to the outfield, or the outside infield, to check on Cho here. And we'll take an early break. Was a quick checkup, thankfully. Cho is all right at shortstop. And here we go with Cetera, runner at first, and no outs. Dumont 13-11 this year, playing in a league with teams like, as there's, looked like it could have been a strike call, and it was. It was a very weak strike call. No offense to our umpire. But Dumont, as we said, 13-11 this year. They were 3-5 in the American division of the Big North, playing against teams like Fort Lee, who had a really good year this year. They play against the Ridgefield Park Pagoda Co-op team, Cliffside Park in their division, and Dwight Morrow. And they've won their last 3 straight, including 2 wins against Dwight Morrow, 12-1 in Englewood and 7-6 at home. And they beat Hasbrook Heights at Hasbrook Heights by 1 run on Thursday. Pickoff not in time to first, where Orso stays. And at the plate, still 0-1. Got started at about 4:30, about 15 minutes late. There's a strike. 0-2 for Giantonio. Hills also trying to keep the momentum from a big upset on Wednesday in their last game, beat Westwood. That jumped them from the projected 10 seed to now the 9 seed line in Northwind Group 2, and they're trying to get up to the 8 slot. A win today would really help with that. If they lose today, there's a chance they could drop to the 10. As Giantonio works the first out of this game, it is a strikeout. So Cetera goes down, the leading hitter for Dumont, and now here comes Nathaniel Acevedo, their catcher, a sophomore, 15 for 64 this season. And the first pitch to him, swung on, a bouncer towards Cho at short, throw to second in time, back over to first, off the bag. But one goes down on the fielder's choice. It was Orso, the lead runner. 2 out and a runner at first for the cleanup batter, Luke Sobek. And Sobek this season 23 for 71 with 26 runs batted in and 10 extra base hits. 2 out. A runner at first in the top of the first inning. That one outside from Giantonio. These two teams both classified by the NJSIAA in Northwind Group 2 for the state tournament. As Giantonio once again outside. Dumont right now the projected 13 seed, Hills the projected 9 seed. And we'll see if they can improve that over the next 2 days. The cutoff is tomorrow, so any games played after tomorrow will not count for state tournament seeding. We'll know pretty much the brackets by 12 o'clock on Sunday, the 17th. But there may still be a couple of changes before that. I believe we'll know officially by either the 20th or the 21st. 3-1 here for Sobek, the left fielder. And there's a strike called, throw to second off the bag, and Cho lost it there. But the runner does stay, that is Acevedo. And now it's a full count at the plate for Luke Sobek. Left fielder, most RBIs of anybody on this Dumont team this season. Takes a 3-2, and we'll see a walk. First issued today, and now there's runners at first and second with 2 away. And that brings up the designated hitter, Ryan McKenna, a senior from Dumont. 15 for 63 this season with 8 runs batted in. Over his career, 32 RBIs, a 2.79 ERA, and a 3.74 slugging percentage. Everything getting sorted out on the field. And here comes the first pitch to McKenna. A little high there. 1-0. Giantonio going to FDU Madison Division III school to continue his baseball career at the collegiate level, along with his catcher Jake Szabo going to William Patterson. And of course Kyle Wankus off to Monmouth next year, the 3 Hills players that will play further. Scoreboard reads 1-2 for McKenna here, with 2 away and 2 on. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got away from Szabo. Gets right back to it and throws to Cass at first. It will be a scoreless top of the first inning but Hills allows 2 base runners, still though 0-0 at the middle of the first. It will be, as usual, Kyle Wenkes to lead off for Pascack Hills. Wenkes today playing at third base, 26 for 73 this season, leader in home runs on Hills with 4 on the year. He's going to face, along with everyone from Hills today to start, the Dumont ace Aiden Ramos, a senior, 39 strikeouts through 44.2 innings pitched and a 2.98 ERA. It will be Wenkes, Marquise, Cho, and Zabo, the first 4. Christian Lee and Dylan Cass to follow. And then the final 3 in the lineup, John Giantonio, Gavin O'Donnell, and Joe Napolitano. The first pitch to Wenkes, a little low. And there's a line drive for an early base hit from Wenkes into left field. It's a good way to start senior night from the plate. And here comes Kyle Marquise, the speedy left fielder today. Started the year as the second baseman, but with some of the fielding lineup changes, he's found himself in left. This year, 15 for 49, but a .386 on-base percentage. And the first pitch to Marquise. Wenkes going to second. Throw is skipping and not in time. So Wenkes, the leader in stolen bases this year for Hills, now notches his 15th of the season and his 58th of his career. At the plate, a 1-0 count after the ball to Marquise. And catcher is out. Let's give you the Dumont fielders today. As we mentioned, Eden Ramos is the pitcher. Catcher is Nathaniel Acevedo. First baseman Dylan Mendez. Second, Chase Orso. Short is James Cetera. At third, Isaac Funes. The outfield in left, Luke Sobek. Center is Eric Orso. And in right, Nathaniel Vasquez. Still 1-0 for Marquise. Runner is at second. And here's the pitch. Swung on, driven towards short. Throw to first is in time. Wenkes, however, advances to third, and so there's a runner at third base with just one away for Emerson Cho. Cho, 27 for 69 this season with 13 RBIs. He's got 10 doubles. That's tied for 26th best in the whole of New Jersey. Strike one there. I believe the first strike pitched by Dumont and Ramos today. That one popped up by Cho, might be catchable, and just over the glove. Is that fair? It is. So Wenkes will score off of that bloop single from Cho. And that brings up the cleanup batter, Jake Szabo, with a runner at first and one out, and a new one-run Hills lead. Szabo this season, 29 for 71, leading hitter for Hills. That one a little low. 1 ball and no strikes for the Hills catcher. Also the leader in RBIs this season with 21. Pick off to first, and not nearly in time as Cho gets back. And that one low. 2-0 for Szabo. Christian Lee on deck. And as we said, Cass, Giantonio, O'Donnell, and Napolitano round out the Bronco lineup today. It's a 3-0 count for Jake Szabo. With Cho at first, taking a big lead as a strike is called. And there's a ground ball towards short. Throw to first is skipping and not in time. Szabo, the catcher, beats the throw. 2 on and 1 out for Christian Lee. Lee 28 for 70 this season, 20 RBIs. Could add to it here with a base hit maybe. Slugging .529 this season, 6 doubles and a homer. Lee takes a high and in, ball 1. Throw to second, not in time on Cho. And that one skied out towards the left. And the catch is made. Both runners stay. 2 out, 2 on for Dylan Cass. Hills with a 1-run lead right now. That was Sobek making the catch, the left fielder. And here is Cass, the freshman, the only non-senior to start both today and regularly for Hills. In fact, usually sometimes on senior night there can be lineup changes, but no lineup changes were needed for the Broncos here. It is an 0-1 count. Cass skying one towards shallow right, and the catch is made. So Hills gets on the board early, a 1-0 Bronco lead at the end of the first. Nathaniel Vasquez up to bat for Dumont as we get back underway in the top of the second inning. Vasquez today, the right fielder, a junior, batting 9 for 34 on his season. First pitch to him, grounded foul. On deck, Isaac Funes, the second baseman, then Dylan Mendez and Eric Orso to round out the Dumont lineup, the Hills fielders, after this pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2 for Vasquez. Giantonio, of course, the pitcher. We mentioned that. Zabo, obviously his catcher. Dylan Cass, the freshman, at first, as there's a swinging strikeout for Giantonio on 3 pitches. So that sits Vasquez down, and Funes, the third baseman, comes to the plate. Another junior, also batting 9 for 34 this season. But as we were saying, it is Cass at first. Gavin O'Donnell, for the second straight game, moves from third to second. Emerson Cho retains his spot at shortstop, and Kyle Wenkus moves from first really to third base here. The outfielders, Marquez, the former second baseman, in left, Napolitano in center, and Christian Lee filling John Giantonio's usual spot in right field. A 1-1 count here for Funes with 1 away already. And that pitch way high, got away from Zabo's glove. 2-1 on the very high fastball. And another high ball there, 3-1 for Funes. Hills up 1-0 here, still early, top of the second. That one fouled off, and it's a full count for the third baseman. Here's the pitch, 3-2, popped up. Deep to left field, and Marquis under it to record out number 2. So a strikeout and a flyout for the first 2 Dumont batters in the second inning. Let's see what Dylan Mendez, the first baseman, can do. Mendez, a senior, batting 17 for 64 with just 2 extra base hits. Does have 12 walks this season, so definitely a patient batter as he takes ball 1. Ooh, and there's the third hit by pitch for Mendez this season. He's got an on-base percentage of .397. That'll go up with that one. So Giantonio allows a runner with 2 out and brings up Eric Orso, 9th batter in this Husky lineup. He's the center fielder, batting just 6 for 44 this season, averaging 136. Does have a .387 on-base percentage with 16 walks drawn. And he gets a ball right there, I believe. Don't have it on the board yet, so we'll wait for confirmation. In fact, it was a strike, so good job to wait. And it's a swinging strike, so 0-2 for Orso. Two out and a runner at first. Here's the 0-2, low and in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And a breaking ball for a called strike from Giantonio, his 4th K of the day. Still 1-0 Hills, middle of 2. John Giantonio now, 21 for 58 this season as a senior, the starting pitcher today. Ramos allowed three base runners, I should say, in the first inning. Then got 2 straight outs at the end to keep the bleeding at just 1 run. Giantonio fouls off what will become strike 1. And pops up, fouling, strike 2. Uh-oh. Balloon got away. There it is. They're going to stop for that. The pitcher's at least looking at it. That's pretty funny. 0-2. Should be. And a swing and a miss for Giantonio. First strikeout of the day for Ramos, and that brings up Gavin O'Donnell. O'Donnell this season, big slugger, .397 while batting .293, 17 for 58. 776 OPS. Inside there. And there's a strike, a little more to the right, to the left of Ramos. We have a softball game going on behind us. That's where you're hearing some of the cheers from. Girls taking on Ramsey right now. Tough matchup. 2-1 at the plate for O'Donnell with 1 away and none on in the bottom of the second. And a strike called there. It's 2-2. And O'Donnell will just stay alive by fouling that one off. And O'Donnell pops one up. It will go foul. Doing everything he can to stay alive on this 2-2 count. Joe Napolitano on deck. Another balloon got away. Oh no. This one might fall on the field. But here's the 2-2, skipping in the dirt and getting away from the catcher Acevedo. Full count now for O'Donnell, the Hills' second baseman today, 8th batter in the lineup, and Eden Ramos, the Dumont pitcher. Here it comes. Grounded foul down the third base line and off the netting. Still 3-2. And that one popped up foul. So O'Donnell has turned this into a battle with 1 out, none on. And it is a full count here, plenty of foul balls. Popped up. And it will be another foul ball. If I had to guess, probably the 11th pitch of the at-bat coming. And O'Donnell swings and misses, gets away. Catcher doesn't know where he is. Does he beat the throw? He does. So O'Donnell safe on a drop third strike. I don't think I've seen that in all 4 years. So Joe Napolitano now, 9th batter in the Hills lineup, 15 for 55 this season. .358 on-base percentage. We'll see what he can do with 1 on and 1 out. O'Donnell nearly baits the throw. But it's a 1-0 count for Napolitano at the plate. And that one popped up on a check swing, it looked like. 1-1 off that foul ball. One and one. O'Donnell does go and is safe by a mile. It is his 6th stolen base of both his season and his career. And at the plate, 2-1. And a swing and a miss there for Napolitano evens up the count once again. Napolitano holds off. It'll be another full count for Ramos to deal with. Ground ball from Napolitano, skips off the pitcher's mound, and he will beat the non-existent throw as that got away from the second baseman. I guess we'll have to call that a base hit because I don't know what else to call it. Can't really pin that on anybody other than Isaac Newton. And so for Wenkes, his second at-bat of the game, just 1 out and runners at the corners. He was the opening run brought in by Emerson Cho, singled and then stole his 15th base of the season. See if he can bring in what would be his 20th RBI of 2026. Pops one up very high, could be foul, and on the fence climbing it is the first baseman trying everything he could. That was Mendez, who scaled the fence. I know if I say this, nobody will get it except for if there's any race fans out there, but I don't think so. But that looked like Helio Castroneves at the Indy 500. 0-1 for Wenkes after the foul ball. Stepping off there, Ramos. And the 0-1 to Wenkes, a little low. high there to the third baseman for the Broncos today. Two and one. Some gray clouds above, mid to high 60s today as Wenkus barrels one into left center. A base hit to score O'Donnell, RBI single, and it's 2-0. First and second, still just one out for Kyle Marquise, who grounded out back in the first. And we've got an early mound conference for Dumont here. We'll take a quick break. Ramos stays out after the early conversation. He'll face Marquise with runners at first and second, just one out. Marquise, who grounded out to short and advanced Wenkus by proxy to third base back in the first inning. Ground ball foul from Marquise down the first base line. And that one a little outside on the 1-1 now. 1-1 count to make it a 1-1 count. And the 1-1 too high. Two balls, one strike. Uh-oh. Another balloon gets away. Oh no. It's 3. And Marquise skies the 2-1, shallow left. And the catch made there. 2 away. And now it's Emerson Cho, who had an RBI single in the first, but that was with just 1 out. See if he can score a runner from second with 2 away. It is Napolitano at second base, Wenkus at first. And Cho with 13, now 14 RBIs this season after the one he recorded earlier. 1 ball, no strikes on that one. Swing and a miss for Cho. 1 ball, 1 strike. Two out, 2 on. Here is the 1-1. In there, 2-1 off that inside pitch. And Cho just fouls that one off. 2-2 now. 2-2 to Cho. Swung on and missed. Hills adds another run in the second inning, 2-0 Broncos after 2. Back to the top of the Dumont order to begin the third inning, and it is Chase Orso who reached on an error back in the top of the first. He takes ball 1, which gets away from Szabo. There's a ground ball, hit the foul line. So a foul ball called, 1-1 now. Ooh, another hit by pitch. Second hit batsman of the day for Giantonio and Orso. Just his second hit by pitch of his career. Only a freshman. But there's a runner on first. And no outs for James Cetera, who struck out in the first inning, the shortstop. Runner going and just beating the tag from Cho. So a stolen base for Orso, his team leading 17th of the season. And Dumont is a team that can steal bases, 82, now 83 on the season. Plus one earlier from Nathaniel Acevedo, so make that 84. They'll call it a foul ball, so it won't be 85 for Orso. And I believe it is now 1-1 for Cetera. Swing and a miss. 1-2. And that that one outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes for Cetera. And that one just fouled off on a low pitch. 2-2. Here's a 2-2. High and away, and it's a full count for James Cetera. No outs, runner at second. And that'll be a walk. Only the second issued by Giantonio today, but the 4th free base with the 2 hit by pitches. First and second, no outs. Nick Evans out to talk with his starting pitcher. Nate Zeff is warming up for Hills, but for now, Giantonio will remain out there to face Nathaniel Acevedo, grounded into a fielder's choice in the first inning that took Orso out. But he did steal a base there. Say 1-0 count. And there's a line drive. It'll drop in very shallow left field, and the bases will now be loaded. Still no outs. And the cleanup hitter, Luke Sobek, with a chance to do exactly what he's supposed to in this spot. Worked a walk in the first inning. And with 26 RBIs on the season, in a prime position to add another. Anything into the outfield should score a run. Sobek grounds one towards short. Cho throws to third and gets the force out there. 1 run does score. That is Orso. So an RBI on the fielder's choice. Runners at first and second, 1 out, and Dumont on the board to make it 2-1. This is Ryan McKenna, who struck out in the first. He takes ball 1. Two balls, no strikes. And there's a strike called on a quite low pitch, in my opinion. Scoreboard reads 1-1. We have 2-1. And now we're all in agreement. A big drive out towards right field. It's over Lee and hits off the wall. 1 run will score. And that will be it, but it's an RBI double for Ryan McKenna, the designated hitter. Sobek at third, Acevedo, the catcher, the run that scored. And there's runners at second and third, still just 1 out for Nathaniel Vasquez, who struck out an inning ago. That one found the dirt. 2-0. Check swing. He did go. A called strike anyway, it seems. 2-1. And a chopper caught by Wenkus. Throw to first is in time. 2 away and both runners stay. Isaac Funes now, who flew out in the second inning. Can't do that here, or else that'll send us to the middle of the third. First pitch to Funes, big swing and miss. Second swing and miss for Funes. And it'd be huge to get a strikeout here for Giantonio, especially after the big hitting inning for Dumont. Fouled off there by Funes. He won't give it to him that easily. The 0-2 way high from Giantonio. And the 1-2, swing and a miss. Big strikeout from Giantonio to keep the lead intact, 2-1 at the middle of 3. And we're back with Jake Szabo. And Szabo fouls off the first pitch. Scoreboard reads 2 runs were scored. I don't believe that's accurate. We have a 2-1 Dumont lead. But the board here has 2-2. That's a high fly ball to center, and it will be caught for the first out of the bottom of the third. That brings up Christian Lee. Lee, who flew out in the first inning. Ramos has faced 6 batters in both of the first 2 innings here as Lee digs in the dirt for that one, and a nice catch again in center field. 2 away. 2 quick outs for Dumont. They'll like to keep that going. Dylan Cass, who also flew out, back on his first at-bat. Strike there. And that one a little too high. Cass swings and misses. It's 1-2. And Cass got a piece of that. He'll stay alive with a foul ball. One and 2 to Cass is low. 2 balls, 2 strikes for the freshman first baseman. And Cass swings and fouls that one off to keep it going. Two, swing and a miss, got away from the catcher, but he puts the tag on him. 3 up, 3 down for Dumont to end the third at a 2-1 Hills lead. Fourth inning begins for Dumont with Dylan Mendez, the first baseman who was hit by a pitch from Giantonio on his first at-bat. Swings and misses here. And check that swing a little too late, 0-2. And that one popped up on the end of the bat. Everyone converges on it, but nobody can get there. Lee backs up Napolitano to keep it at just a base hit, but a costly one as Mendez able to get on. Eric Orso now struck out on his first opportunity from the plate. And then we'll loop back around to the top of the Husky order with Dumont only down by 1. There's a bunt caught by Zabo, but I think they'll call that foul. Inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Showing bunt, pulling back, strike called anyway. 1-2. Inside, but a strike called. Giantonio with K, number 6 on the day. Back to the top of the order, third at-bat for Chase Orso today. On base twice, reached on an error in the first and was hit by a pitch in the third. That one nearly clipped his head. Low, 2-0 for Orso. Three balls, no strikes for the Huskies second baseman. And it is a 4-pitch walk to put 2 on with 1 out. Now Cetera 0 for 1 with a walk in the third. We'll see what he can do after this mound conference and this pitching change as Giantonio comes off. We have confirmation that it is a 2-2 game. We missed that. We apologize. 2 on and 1 out for James Cetera. The first batter, Nate Zeff, will face today. His stats in a moment. A bunt going foul there from Cetera. 0-1 here. Zeff, a junior. Good arm out of the bullpen. 0.00 ERA, 7 Ks through 10.2 innings. His appearances mostly kept short, only to about an inning or two. This may be one of his longer this season. 1-1 off the outside pitch. Runners going. That one popped up towards left. It is caught by Lee. Now a chance to get the runner tagging, and he will. A double play. 2-2 at the middle of the fourth. It will be John Giantonio, no longer with a chance to help himself, but still a chance to help his team. He's off the mound, got moved to right field from pitcher, and Christian Lee moved to left to replace Kyle Marquez, who is now on the bench. We'll see if that changes next inning. Giantonio with a barrel that goes off the shortstop's glove. Could be considered an error. We will consider it such. So Giantonio reaches for the first time today, and that brings up Gavin O'Donnell, who struck out but got on base by a dropped third strike in the second inning. Sun has finally come out. It has been a cloudy day most of today here at Hills. O'Donnell showing bunt. Giantonio going for second, and they got him. Got a little overzealous there. At the plate, a ball, so 1-0 now. Uh-oh. Two and 0 for Giantonio here. Or O'Donnell, excuse me. And now it's 3-0. Strike called. And a ground ball off the pitcher's mound and into center field. Base hit for O'Donnell. Napolitano, who had a base hit on his first at-bat in the second. 1 out and 1 on for him right here. And Napolitano with a high fly ball, deep center field. It is caught. Another great catch in center. O'Donnell has to return to first, and that's about 3 good plays from the Dumont center fielder, Eric Orsa. Kyle Wenkes, 2 for 2 today with an RBI and a stolen base. However, 2 out, so needing some power here. Just about 5:45 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Sun has come out. And that one high. O'Donnell quick to get back. Fouled off by Wenkes. 2-1. Strike called. Two and two. And Wenkes grounds one towards short. Great throw. Wow. A nice play by the 14 of James Satera. And so we are still tied at the end of 4. Nate Zeff still out there as we get back underway into the 5th inning now. Thanks for joining us on PH Athletics. I'm Matt Merlino. This my final baseball game of the regular season. Will be at the first round state game, wherever that may be. Inside pitch on the 15 of Nathaniel Acevedo. 1-0 count for the Dumont catcher, who today has reached base twice, once on a fielder's choice and once on a single. Takes a strike. Both teams looking for every advantage they can get in this 2-2 game. 1-1, swing and a miss on a pitch that gets away from Szabo. 1-2 now. And a swinging strikeout, first of the game, I believe, for Zeff, maybe number 2. And that puts Acevedo down for the first time today. He will not be on base. And Luke Sobek now, who has also been on base twice, had an RBI on the fielder's choice in the 3rd and got on base via walk in the 1st inning. The left fielder batting cleanup today. Taking strike 1 from Zeff, painting the corner there. And that one a little too inside. 1-1. That one fouled off, could be trouble. Oof. 1-2. The 1-2 in there. Strike 3 called. 2 straight Ks for Nate Zeff as Sobek goes down. And now Ryan McKenna struck out in the 1st, but then had a big RBI double in the 3rd. That was against Giantonio. This is his first at-bat against Zeff today. That one skipped in the dirt on Szabo. 1-0. In there, strike 2 call, or strike 1 called. And that one popped up, drilled deep towards center. Napolitano getting under it and making the grab as the sun comes out. Middle of the 5th, still a 2-2 game between Pascack Hills and Dumont. Kyle Marquise, who started in left field and now I believe is at second, is up to bat, or maybe is just listed as the DH for Zeph. I'll check when they go back to the field in the top of the sixth. But trying to get a runner on here, it would be the go-ahead run if they were to get it, as Marquise fouls that one off. He's 0 for 2 today with a ground out and a fly out. Taking ball one low. And a chopper foul on the first base line. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Marquise. On deck, Cho and Zabo. Looks like Dylan Cass warming up. He's projected to start tomorrow, so they'll have to keep his pitch count low as Marquise has a soft grounder shortstop over on the other side to make the play. So another good play by Cetera, the shortstop. And that brings up Emerson Cho. RBI single in the first, but then a strikeout in the second. So 1 for 2 today. And Cho skies this one in the infield. First baseman making the grab, and it's 2 quick outs again for Dumont. Hills needs a win today for even the chance at hosting a state playoff game. A win today and a win tomorrow, coupled with 2 losses by West Milford. Today they're playing Caldwell. Tomorrow Morristown will get Hills into that 8 spot and will get them to host a playoff game. They lose today, and they could even drop to 10th if Sparta out in Sussex County pulls off the upset against High Point. Ground ball by Zabo to third. 1-2-3 inning. And it is still 2-2 between Dumont and Pascack Hills at the end of 5. Another new pitcher for the Broncos to start the 6th inning, Dylan Cass. First time, at least I've seen him, in a relief appearance this year. He's mostly between the 3rd and 4th spots in the Hills bullpen. He was projected to start in tomorrow's game against Teaneck, but they've put him in here, so we'll see if they keep his count low to keep him available for that game. I believe 30 pitches is the limit. If you go over 30 pitches, then you have to sit at least a day. This is going to be a 3-0 count, it looks like, for Nathaniel Vasquez, who is 0 for 2 today. And Vasquez didn't even take the bat off his shoulder, a 4-pitch walk. And that brings up Isaac Funes, who is also 0 for 2. Coming down to it, 2-2 game in the 6th inning here. We did have some fielding changes with Cass coming on the mound. Kyle Wankus now at first. Marquise at second, Cho stays at short, and Gavin O'Donnell comes over to third. In the outfield, Lee in left, Napolitano in center, and John Giantonio, the starting pitcher, out in right, where he has been since Nate Zeff came on in relief. Strike called there. This is the 7 of Jarrett Caramusa, who did not start this game, but is coming on to pinch hit for Funes. And there's a foul ball, could go over here. Is it okay? We're all right. All right. Oh and 2 after that foul ball gave me a run for my money. I got very lucky there. 1 and 2 at the plate here. Pickoff not in time towards first. And still 1 and 2 at the plate for Caramusa. That one popped up foul. Second batter Cass has faced today. And it's now 2 and 2. Excuse me, still 1 and 2 off that pickoff. That one skips in the dirt, gets away. Runner will advance to second. No throw. A stolen base for Vasquez, his 8th of the season, 12th of his career. The 2-2. Hit him on the elbow. And they're saying he leaned into it. Wow. Over comes Coach Joe Algieri to talk with the umpire. It will be an out. So 1 away and a runner at second. to bring up Dylan Mendez. Swing and a miss, a big swing and miss for Mendez with the go-ahead run at second base. That is Vasquez. Skipping in the dirt, good block from Szabo. 1-1. Called strike 2. And here's the 1-2 from Dylan Cass to Mendez. Swung on, popped up, foul. 1-2. And that's fouled off again. We stay with this 1-2 count. And another foul ball. Mendez caught it himself. And we have ourselves another battle. Here's a 1-2. Low, skipped away, and Vasquez will steal another base. So the go-ahead run now 90 feet away on a 2-2 count with 1 out. Here's the 2-2 from Cass. Swung on, fouled off yet again. And the 2-2. Low. We'll have a full count. Big battle between Nate Vasquez and Dylan Cass. Time called at the plate. And here comes the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. A huge strikeout for Cass as he wins the battle with Mendez. 2 Ks in a row and a chance to get out of the jam and keep this game tied. Eric Orso with 2 out and a runner at third. He has struck out twice today, but has not faced Cass yet. Grounded, foul. A 1 swing and a miss. And a good catch by Szabo as that pitch nearly hit the dirt. 0-2. Here's the 0-2 from Dylan Cass. Skipped in the dirt, and Orso kept the bat away on that one. 1-2 now. Two and two, a high ball there. And here comes the 2-2. And what was 0-2 is now 3-2. Full count for Eric Orso. Cass has had himself a battle in this inning. Really a war, but it's over now. 3 straight strikeouts from Dylan Cass. We are still tied at the middle of the 6th. A quick break to get us to the bottom of the 6th inning. It will be Christian Lee at the plate, who is 0 for 2 today. And this is still Eden Ramos. 6th consecutive inning. And that one skips in the dirt. A very late release from Ramos, a senior ace for the Huskies. Inside the zone, 1-1. And Lee grounds one towards third. Throw to first is a bullet in time. Good play from Chase Orso. And that's one down. None on. Dylan Cass, the freshman, trying to help himself. A helicopter coming over. Cass also 0 for 2 today. And takes ball 1. Strike 1 called. Hit the low edge. Cass drills one out towards right center, and it will be caught. 2 away. And here is John Giantonio, 0 for 1, but reached on an error in his last at-bat in the 4th inning. With 2 outs, just needs to get on to keep this inning going. Just past 6:15 in real time. This has been a long game. Strike 1 called. And Giantonio fouls that one off to make it 0-2. Emerson Cho warming up, the usual Hills closer. And we'd expect him to come in. Giantonio takes a high, ball 1. Because if Cho comes in, that'll keep Cass's pitch count low for tomorrow's morning game at Teaneck. And Giantonio pops that one up. Very shallow center, caught by the second baseman. 3 up, 3 down for Dumont. We're still tied, 1 more inning to go. And here we are. It's all come down to this 7th inning. And it will be Emerson Cho on the mound. Filling his spot at shortstop is Gavin O'Donnell. Dylan Cass back to first as Wenkus goes to third to fill O'Donnell's spot. Cho, the usual closer for Hills, has a hit that goes off of Cass's glove. Marquis trying to get him. Cass was off the bag. So Chase Orso reaches to begin this 7th inning. And that brings up James Satera. Cho, 7 Ks through 9 innings, a 3.11 ERA. Satera today 0 for 2 with a walk. Pickoff not in time. Showing bunt, gets back to Cho, throw to second in time, O'Donnell to first, not. So a fielder's choice there, but it does get the lead runner and put one away. Nathaniel Acevedo here, who is 1 for 3. He's got on twice today, one off a fielder's choice and one off a base hit, but struck out on his most recent at-bat in the 5th inning. And that one high, 1-0. Inside. 2 balls, no strikes for Acevedo, the Husky catcher. Strike there. Good pitch from Cho. 2-1. Runner going. That one popped up foul. 2-2 now for Acevedo. Satera, the runner at first, does not have a stolen base today, but does have 13 on his season and 25 for his career. He's a junior. At the plate, 2-2. Checked swing, a dropped third strike. That doesn't matter, though. 2 away. And here now, Luke Sobek. A walk, an RBI off a fielder's choice, and a strikeout, his day so far. Can he add something big to it and give Hill some work in the bottom of this inning? Let's see. That's low. And a strike there, 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hill's trying to keep this game tied as we go into the final frame of the final scheduled inning. Let's see the 1-2. Runner going on it. It's fouled off. Smart move to go. Because no matter what you're running, so you might as well get a head start. And here comes the 1-2 from Cho. Pickoff instead did not get him. Another pick off, and again just too late. The 1-2. Line drive, base hit into right. Rounding second and coming into third off the slide, he's safe, is Cetera. The go-ahead run now 90 feet away. Runners on the corners with 2 out. Ryan McKenna now, who, besides an RBI double in the third, has a strikeout and a flyout. 1 for 3. In there, strike 1. Strike 2 called. Runner going to second. Held up for a moment, but he does get there. And that's Sobek. But at the plate, 0-2 for McKenna. Base hit gives Dumont the lead. Just outside. Here comes the 1-2. That one got away from Szabo. Both runners stay. 2-2 now for McKenna, the DH. Here's the pitch. Whoo-hoo, just inside. 3-2 now from what was 0-2. Cetera, the runner at third. Sobek at second. 3-2. Got away. And that will be a walk to load the bases for Nathaniel Vasquez. Vasquez 0 for 2 with a walk so far. Chance to be the hero in the top of the 7th, and was swinging like he was looking for it. Missed that one. Swing and a miss there. Oh and 2. The pitch fouled off. The 0-2 part 2 with the bases loaded and 2 out. Fouled off again. For the third time, an 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss! A huge strikeout from Cho. And Hills will have a chance to walk it off now. Tied at 2, going to the bottom of the 7th. here is Gavin O'Donnell. Due up is O'Donnell, of course, Napolitano after him, and then to the top of the order with Kyle Wenkus. It is still Aiden Ramos. This will be his fourth time through the lineup if we get to Wenkus. O'Donnell fouling off pitch number 1. The 0-1 swung on and drilled to left center. A base hit to lead off the bottom of the 7th from O'Donnell. O'Donnell, who was 1 for 2, now 2 for 3 off that base hit. 2 straight base hits for him. And now Napolitano, the 9th batter in the lineup, who is also 1 for 2. And he shows bunt. Throw to first delayed, but in time. Does get O'Donnell over to second. 1 out, runner at second for Kyle Wenkus. 2 for 3 today with an RBI single as well, but grounded out on his last at-bat in the 4th inning. It's been a little while. And they're going to walk Wenkus. That brings up Kyle Marquez. Marquez 0 for 3 today. With 2 on and 1 out. Cho on deck, who is 1 for 3. And that one a little high. Marquez grounds one towards third. Throw to second is in time. At first, nowhere close. Coming home, O'Donnell. Out! We're going to go to extras. A ballsy play from O'Donnell to try and win the game right there. But instead, we're going to have extra innings tonight in Montvale. We are back underway with Jarrett Caramusa pinch hitting for Isaac Funes. Emerson Cho, still the Hills pitcher. Caramusa struck out in the 6th inning when facing Dylan Cass and takes ball 1 here. Two and 0. That one popped up deep to left. Lee under it and makes the grab. So 1 away off the flyout. And that brings up Dylan Mendez, the first baseman. Mendez is 1 for 2 today, has reached twice on a single and a hit by pitch, but also struck out in his last at-bat in the 6th inning. Held off on ball 1. They go to first base and say, no, that was not a swing. 1-0. Outside, 2-0. On deck is Eric Orso. 1 out, none on, top of the 8th. Extra innings here in Montvale. Nice Friday night. Getting cold, though. Way inside. 3 balls, no strikes. And soon enough, Hills is going to be facing a pitcher shortage, as showing bunt there and instead taking the walk is Mendez, because both Wenkes and Napolitano are unavailable. Wenkes pitched the Westwood game on Monday, and Napolitano pitched the Westwood game on Wednesday. They've used Giantonio, Zeff, Cass, and now Cho already today. Really, the only pitcher available I can think of is Utah Fuji after Lee. So they're going to be hard-pressed to get this thing done as quick as possible. Could also have O'Donnell out of the bullpen. He is not limited. Came on to finish off that Westwood game 2 days back. Orso here showed bunt. It was a weird try at one. 1-1 now. Orso 0 for 3, 3 strikeouts today. And takes a low ball there. Strike called, 2-2 now. The 2-2 to Orso. Low. Full count for Eric Orso, who struck out thrice today. And Orso pops this one up in the infield. O'Donnell at second. Marquez makes the catch. 2 away. And back to the top of the order, Chase Orso now. The freshman who today has reached base all 4 times. He has gotten to the plate, but has not gotten a hit. Reached on error twice, a walk, and a hit by pitch. Can he keep that streak going? He takes strike 1. In there for strike 2. Runner going on the 0-2 count. Throw to second and too high, getting into the outfield. Fumbled by O'Donnell, but he will stay. It is a stolen base for Mendez, his 6th of the season, 13th of his career. And at the plate, 1-2. Joe checking second, now throws. That one popped up to right. Giantonio makes the grab. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Still tied. Bottom of the 8th now. And Cho, who singled in the first but has not gotten on base since then, struck out and flew out in the 2nd and the 5th respectively, is up. It is him, Zabo, and Lee. The 3 due up for Hills, and it is still, for the 8th consecutive inning, Aiden Ramos. A hawk flying over here at Hills, or falcon or something of the sort. A 1-0 count for Cho. That one popped up very high, not very far. Shallow right center. Catch made by the right fielder. So on down for Jake Zabo now. Zabo pops one up high. Caught at short. 2 down quickly in the 8th. And now it is Christian Lee. Fly out, ground out. His day. That one skipped in the dirt. 1-0 for Lee, who, not counting today, is batting 28 for 70 this season, slugging .529 while averaging .400. Here comes the 1-0. It is inside, 2 balls, no strikes. Strike 1 called. And Lee fouls that one off. 2-2 now, with 2 out, none on. Extra innings. Here's a ground ball towards third. Throw to first. In time. Nice stretch to get him. And so we'll have a 9th inning. Gavin O'Donnell is out on the mound, really the second to last pitcher Hills has available. It's him, Utah Fuji, and then that's it when it comes to arms. Dumont is warming up. Chase Orso, we expect to see him. That would be only their first relief pitcher, as we're in the 9th inning now. A strike called there as O'Donnell begins the at-bat with James Cetera. On deck is Nathaniel Acevedo. That one away for ball 1. And after Acevedo, due up is Luke Sobek. Away there, 2-1. Acevedo has had himself a nice game, on base twice. Pops that one up foul, 2-2. The Dumont catcher with an OBP coming in of 375. Here comes the 2-2. Away. Full count on the first batter for O'Donnell this season from the mound. 12 strikeouts, a 4.04 ERA, over 17.1 innings pitched. O'Donnell going to step off here. And we'll have a leadoff walk in the 9th inning. And that brings up that brings up, oh, actually, yes, that does bring up Acevedo, excuse me. Cetera working the walk. And it is Acevedo now at the plate, swinging and missing. Pick off, not in time at first. Oh, 0-1 at the plate. Bunt there, could be caught. Wenkes does. One away. And now it is Luke Sobek. Sobek, who today is just 1 for 1, had a walk, a fielder's choice, and a single, so on base 3 out of 3 potential times in this game. One out, one on. And there's a ground ball. Throw to second from Cass in time. Cho does not get a throw off, so that'll be a fielder's choice. And there's 2 away. Bringing up Ryan McKenna now. McKenna, the DH. Today, on base twice, an RBI double in the 4th inning, and a walk in the 7th. Pickoff not there. Another pickoff, very close to getting the tag, but just a little too late. One and 0 there. Ball low and away. And that pickoff not there. O'Donnell pitches a low, ball 2. 2-0 from the Hills senior. Pickoff, very close, but not there, too late again. Here's a 2-0. In there, strike 1. Caught the low edge. Pick off. Too late. 2-1. And that's low. 3 balls and 1 strike. Runner going, throw to second. Will get him. Excuse me. It was a walk anyway, so no out. And a stolen base not counted there. Got too excited. Can you blame me? Nathaniel Vasquez now. The junior who started in right field, only on base once with a walk in the 6th. And takes strike 1. That's inside. Here comes the 1-1. That's low and away. 2 balls and 1 strike for Vasquez. We have about an hour more of sunshine. 7 o'clock here in Montvale. Swing and a miss there. 2-2. 2 out. Runners at first and second, excuse us. And that one fouled off. Both runners stay. It is a full count now. And the pitch. Bases loaded. Ball 4. Isaac Funes. 2 out, but a base hit gives Dumont their first lead of this game. Excuse me, Jarrett Caramusa pinch hitting for Funes, who is 0 for 2 today, Caramusa. And we have a quick mound conference. O'Donnell is still on the mound, of course. Not much choice Hills has. If they take him out, they've only got Utah Fuji to use. Swing and a miss there. A big swing and miss from Caramusa. Fouled it off, actually. Should be more specific. That one high. 1-1. Low and away. 2 balls, 1 strike for O'Donnell. Swung on, popped up, may go foul, and it does. 2-2. 2 out, bases loaded, top of the 9th. Missing the bottom part, but everything else, what these kids have dreamed about their entire lives. O'Donnell with the K. We stay tied. Middle of the 9th, and it is 2-2 between Dumont and Hills. Here we go, bottom of the 9th. Dylan Cash, John Giantonio, and Gavin O'Donnell due up. This is a new pitcher for Dumont. The first time today they have had a new pitcher. It is the freshman Chase Orso, 29 strikeouts through 35.2 innings pitched. This one a high fly ball, and it will be caught right in front of us. And now, here is John Giantonio with none on and 1 out. Orso with a 3.53 ERA on his season, freshman season. Giantonio, 0 for 2, reached on an error in the 4th inning, his only time on base today. And that one's low. Low again, 2-0 early for the senior. Started as the pitcher, now in right field. There's a strike. Two and one for Johnny G. And make that 3 balls and 1 strike after that pitch from Orso. Looks like Fuji has just finished his warm-up. He's the last pitcher Hills has available, as Giantonio will work a 5-pitch walk. And that brings up Gavin O'Donnell. One on, one out for the Hills pitcher. A current Hills pitcher who's been all over the place today. Started at second, was moved to third with some of the substitutions made on the mound and in the fielding lineup. As that one gets away, Giantonio stumbling, but will make it to second. No issue there. Giantonio's 7th stolen base of the season. And we've got a 2-0 count for O'Donnell at the plate. Big drive. O'Donnell deep to center. It is caught. What a catch. Giantonio now will come to third on the tag. What a play that was. Great catch back at the wall by Cole Bitetto, I believe. Thought I saw a number 11 out there. Could have been wrong. Listed center fielder is Eric Orso. Maybe missed that. 2 out, runner at third. Base hit wins it. Joe Napolitano with a chance to give it to him. 0-1, a called strike. Knapp. 1 for 2 today. And now an 0-2 count. Took a low pitch there. Just on the edge of the zone, but a little over it. 1-2. And he grounds one towards second. Throw to first. In time. We continue to the 10th. O'Donnell still out there as we begin a 10th inning. We had a softball game a couple of weeks ago, maybe even just last week, that ended after 10 innings and ended in a 15-15 tie due to darkness. Still have about 45 minutes before the sun sets here. That one low. This is Dylan Mendez, his second at-bat in extras. Drew a walk on his first, now pops one up towards right. Giantonio making the grab. One down. Strike called. This is Eric Orso. And that one low. 1-1 now. Got away from Zabo. Not much damage though. No base runners. 2-1. Line drive. Left center. It'll drop for a base hit, maybe more. Gets back to the wall. Napolitano throws it in. Could be a triple. It gets away and is. A triple from Eric Orso, the freshman. His first hit of the day, his first time on base, and with one out, he is 90 feet away from taking the lead in the 10th. His first career triple. And now we see his brother Chase. Excuse me. That is Eric's first career triple. Just wanted to make sure. Nearly mistook him with his brother. Eric is a senior, and he's the runner at third. Chase, the freshman, with a 1-0 count at the plate. And there's a foul ball, 1-1. Chase Orso flew out in the 8th inning. Swing and a miss there. 1-2. And that one popped up. Giantonio makes it. The throw home off the bag, and Dumont has their first lead of this game. A sac fly from Chase Orso scores big brother Eric, and the Huskies lead 3-2. Hills fighting to give them at least the chance of hosting a playoff game. They need a win today and a win tomorrow to do it. That one fouled off by the 14 of Satera. Who walked in the first inning. This game for him been marked by his patience. 2 walks and a fielder's choice on base 3 of his 5 at-bats before this one. 1-1 for him. The shortstop for Dumont at the plate. And make it 2-1. Popped up foul again. 2-2. And there's a hot grounder towards Marquise at second. Throw to first in time. Hills needs 1 run to keep things going, 2 to win. Middle of the 10th, Dumont with their first lead of the game. It is 3-2 Huskies. Wenkes wasting no time in getting us back underway, and the perfect hitter to do so. Taking ball 1 there. Oh no, called strike. Looked low. And 0-2 now. Strike 3 called. 3 straight pitches. And I think Blue wants to go home. Kyle Marquez now with 1 out, none on. That wasn't very good. Can't call a strike on that one and hit the dirt. There's a strike. Coach Evans not pleased, along with most of the Hills crowd and me. 2-1. Marquez flies that one. It'll go just foul. Oh! Is that going to count? I think that's out of play. It's a great play anyway by Acevedo, who's now at third, who didn't know. But that will just be a foul ball, and it is 2-2. Swing and a miss. Marquez goes down swinging. And Hills down to their final out in their hopes of hosting a playoff game. Emerson Cho, their last hope. Strike 1 called. We want to check quickly if we have the time and the ability to see the score of the Sparta game happening against High Point, because if Sparta beats High Point, they could jump Hills. There's a base hit from Cho through third base and into left field. Not done just yet. Jake Szabo now to the plate, 2 out and a runner at first. Sparta did lose today to High Point, so Hills can't go lower than the 9 seed by my limited calculations. So it seems it will be Hills, West Milford, no matter what. We're just trying to decide the location as Szabo hits one high to left. Foul. Oh, man, that would have been great. Called it foul. I don't even know if that went over. See Coach Evans talking there. We were right there. It is foul. So it's a 1-1 count. Good eye from Szabo, 2-1. Swings at that one, fouls it off, 2-2. Final strike. And Szabo holds off. Full count. He's got to be careful, swing at really any pitch that could be in the zone. Runner going. Szabo grounds one. Great play at short. Fumbled, however, so both runners are safe. And now it's Christian Lee with a tying run at second. Lee not had the best of games as the catcher has come out. Here we go, Christian Lee, 2 on, 2 out. Bottom of the 10th. Strike one called. And Lee gets him down to the final strike. Once again, 0-2 now. Here comes. Swing and a miss. And the Huskies pull it out 3-2. So Hills will be at West Milford. We're all but sure of it for the first round of the state tournament in the 8-9 game, with the winner almost certainly taking on top-seeded Westwood, but stay tuned for official confirmation. This is our last regular season baseball game. Our final 3 games of the spring regular season are all boys lacrosse. They are, I believe, next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. We hope you join us for those live here on PH Athletics. We'll be with softball, baseball, and girls lacrosse in their first round state games. Until then, this is Matthew Merlino. So long from Montvale. Thank you for watching this presentation of PH Athletics. For more information, visit hills.pascack.org/athletics.